Hello everybody, welcome into the Fallout Shelter. I hope everybody's having a great day. I think it's Friday. Welcome everybody in. I see Dirty Rotten Imbecile, Roasted Scorpion, Sleep No More, Andy Trillinger. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're looking forward to this. Deborah L, daytime shows. You know you'll be awake. Yeah, I'm kind of late when I do the nighttime show. Kind of worked out that way. Ann Spence, absolutely agree with every word of that. Oh, Lynette, good to see you this morning. There's Ann waiting on that riff to play. Well, I'm glad y'all are all here. Glad you like that. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out during the day. The only problem during the day is I kind of have to come in and do this quickly. Get in and get out because I'm running in from work and running back to work. Kind of set all this stuff up a lot earlier. And I have a little help getting it done so that we can get these YouTube streams going. And I'm getting little notifications and stuff still. And I'm used to a longer intro, so I have to get these buttons clicked and things going beforehand. Hey, Believe, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is we're going to go over propaganda, we're going to go over fear tactics, we're going to go over science, and we're going to go over some things from an actual researcher with a PhD in a biological world. A lot of people try to debunk him. From what I read about him, they try to debunk him because he's not a doctor. He don't research vaccines. Well, we'll research him a little bit. I'll get to all that and try to go through it pretty quickly. As always, the links are in the description to everything I'm going to go over. I think there may be some things, but it's because I'm going to briefly show them to y'all and I'm working on something later. Okay. Now, I got all that done. Let me see if I can figure out how to get my screen share up and going the way I got this laid out. There we go. Okay. This is on the front page of MSN. Thailand arrests 2 for fake news posts on coronavirus. So, here's you some fear tactics about what's going to be coming and what's going to be happening for social media people, you know, like us, that are putting out what they consider to be fake news. The Thai authorities arrested 2 people for posting fake news about the coronavirus as a senior official on Thursday warned internet users to think twice before sharing incorrect information about the pathogen. Now, if they really arrested somebody, we don't know, but what they're blaming it on is they're blaming it on Hong Kong protesters who are trying to make the Chinese look bad. Well, nobody's really been talking about the Hong Kong riots since the Chinese outbreak started, have they? Hong Kong says radical protesters are plotting bombing campaign. And this is in the Financial Times. Not actually on CNN, NBC, but Financial Times. Now, who reads Financial Times? Probably financial people, people that are involved in banking. So keep that in mind. All of this stuff I think is in the description. You can get the links. This was on Microsoft News though. Coronavirus vaccine to be developed from digital DNA sequencing. A Philadelphia-based pharmaceutical company is helping to fast-track the vaccine to help quell the deadly coronavirus outbreak. Now, when I read this, I said, well, I've been saying it was either going to be Novavax or INOVIO based on their stocks. You can go back in my streams and videos. I've been talking about these 2 stock companies the whole time. And what do we find out? Backed by a fresh $9 million grant from the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations. I'll show you who that is in just a minute. Which receives money from public and private funding. INOVIO Pharmaceuticals will begin developing the vaccine along with University of Pennsylvania-based research facility, the Wistar Institute, to ensure that it is available within the next few months. Available within the next few months. I told y'all days and days ago that fast track means they are fixing to stick a vaccine out within months. The officials for INOVIO said that they already have developed a sequence to produce the vaccine through new technology that involves digital mapping of DNA sequences. Yeah, they already have the sequence to produce the vaccine. Now that the Chinese government posted what's called this genetic sequence of the vaccine up on the internet, January 11th, they've already had these genetic sequences. They're saying these, just the language is just twisted a little bit and the public runs right on by it. We had created a vaccine from that sequence that was publicly available to researchers and others by January the 12th. It's January the 31st already. This is what this is all about, people. This is what the fear tactics are for. Listen, is there an outbreak? Absolutely, probably so. And it happens to be in one of the dirtiest cities and countries as far as pollution goes, because they don't care about their people. Oh, I got a little sinusy thing going on, so I'm drinking really strong black coffee today. That could go great or it could go really bad. We'll see. The tech was created by INOVIO and has been used to develop past vaccines. We went over this a few nights ago on DLive. I've been trying to save those and upload the ones here that we talk about those type of things on. The company is known for getting a Zika virus vaccine to market in 7 months in 2016. INOVIO believes that they can get one out for the coronavirus in less time. Now, there's a lot of stuff to go over, a lot of stuff to read. You can go read a lot of this yourself. I'm going to hit the high points. This is from the Smithsonian. What do I have this up for? Oh, this spiky patch could invisibly record vaccination history under the skin. I think this came from my Discord. I really wish I knew right now because I hate it when I don't know who posts these. But listen, people are posting all kind of great information in our Discord. I'm sorry that I don't remember who posts them. I love all of you guys and I appreciate every bit of it. I'm just trying to make sure we all get to share this information. The spiky patch could invisibly record vaccination history under the skin, but the technology raised several ethical concerns that could stymie its progress. Micro needle patches like this one that measure about a centimeter across could be used to deliver nanoparticles when pressed to the skin for 2 minutes. Yeah, I think we went over this on DLive a while back, and it's done with what's called quantum dots. Oh, and I have a new patent for y'all. I have a patent that I don't think anybody else on YouTube is showing yet. And if they are, I hadn't seen it and I've dadgum it. But I think I found one that might be, a real researcher found it. Now I'm a secondary country boy researcher. He has a real PhD, see. In Mississippi, if you have a PhD, that means you are a certified post hole digger. It means you know the time of the moon with the right moisture in the ground where you can dig a post hole and the dirt will actually tighten down on it. PhD, post hole digger. Well, I've had one of those. So I have to look to these other PhD researchers for some of this stuff, and it's going to be really cool what y'all see. Well, it ain't cool, it's horrible, but it's good to share. It's cool to share the information. Y'all that know me know what I mean. The tattoo-esque technology described today in the journal Science Translation Magazine Medicine is still in the early stages, but you can go here, click these other links to go on with it and find out more about that. Hello, Truth Seeker 2020, Rick Swain. John Boy made it. Good to see you. Russell Spade, Born Eraser. If there's anybody else come in, I missed you. I'm sorry. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Okay, one gone. Let's see what else we have. This is something that I'm going to be going over soon. I just started looking into it because in the mainstream, we get an article like this. U.S. military invests in new weapon to defeat hypersonic missiles as Russia upgrades its arsenal. And you see this picture of this thing on the ground burning up, which gives a mental image of a ground-based type weapon and all that. I'm not going to play that right now. But anyway, there's this new thing called the Glide Breaker program. And guess what? It's sensors in space in like a linked up satellite constellation formation. Anybody heard of that? This is being brought to you by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. I'll be talking about that soon too. I've been doing some research into that today, or late last night. I'm used to streaming at night. I'm using the same words. Okay, let's check this article out. Delta and American will suspend all China flights as coronavirus outbreak spreads. Well, if you see that headline, you're like, well, it's about time. Good thing they're shutting them down today. Wow. Hey, sweet Leilani, good to see you. Okay, good. They're going to shut them down. About time. They ought to have been shut down a week ago, right? Blah, blah, blah. That's what you ought to say because you've seen it in the news. Well, if they really meant that they needed to shut stuff down, they would shut it down. But what's weird is they're going to shut it down starting February 6th, next Friday. So they're going to run for another week to make sure they can get all those sick puppies out of China back to America, where I don't think it will spread as rapidly because I think we have the availability to cleaner areas, more sanitary conditions, which I'm extremely thankful for. And we have this knowledge of things that we can look to and work with. I'm not scared of this virus, y'all. I go out and live my life every day. I don't wear gloves. I don't wear a mask. And the people at the facility that I work at with the military personnel, sometimes none of those are wearing masks either. There was one girl wearing a glove, checking IDs, and she said, I asked her straight up why, and she said, just something I'm doing on my own. I showed y'all months ago when it was really bad the note on the door that said this was just for the flu. If you're feeling these symptoms, call, do not come in. There's no letters on the door. No doctors are freaking out. And I kind of gauge my reaction to medical things by that medical facility. And I've usually been pretty right on with it. It's not that I just guess. I really look toward what they're doing because there's people traveling in and out of there from around the world all the time. But if Delta is going to stop on February 6th and they're going to keep it shut down through April 30th, which we know those dates can change based on money, this could be nothing but a controlled crash of the stock market, in my opinion. We know they've got to bring the market down. There's got to be a reset. It's ballooned itself out of proportion. The alchemists have done one better than turn other metals into gold. They have figured out a way to turn useless paper into gold, and now they've got to deflate that paper to start back on the gold recovery process again. I wish I could explain that better. I'm not a financial guy. This is not financial advice. Trust me, I can make money pretty good, but I can spend money even better. If it wasn't for my wife, I'd have nothing. Yep, that's right. Oh, we're fixing to get to some Gates stuff too. I got some goodies up on Gates. Okay. For those of y'all that don't know what ID 2020 is, ID 2020 and partners launched program to provide digital ID with vaccines. ID 2020 main partner is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. You can search ID 2020 and digital ID and you will get numerous connections. I'm just giving you a couple because they come from really upstanding scientific sources. When you're looking for scientific sources, hey, Mike D, good to see you, man. Good to see you. When you're looking through these scientific sources, look at their advertisements and look at their related links. If they're scantily clad women, close the page. If they have other scientific links and real advertisements, they're probably reputable. Do a little research on that, and that's all you'll find is where they're talking about the science. That's all you'll find at biometricupdate.com. So they want to put a chip into the vaccines and make them mandatory. Well, what they're already doing with that, let's see, this was from, no thanks, Principia Scientific International. ID 2020 Alliance will combine vaccination and implantable microchips. This was on October 31st, 2019. I did this quite a few times on DLive. I don't think I ever got to do it over on YouTube because I was in YouTube timeout for the mosquitoes I talked about. Big Pharma is officially partnering with tech industry to pair immunization with digital biometrics, meaning humans will soon be microchipped, tracked, and ultimately controlled through a global identification matrix. Why did I bring up this military thing here? Well, they want to tell you this new weapon is to defeat hypersonic missiles. Sensors to track hypersonic missiles from space. How easy is it going to be to track every human on Earth once this is up and running? This is Skynet. This is whatever you want to call it. This Starlink. It's all the same crap. It's just a bunch of sensors in low Earth orbit. Regardless what you think about the Earth, there's a place up there where they can hang a balloon on it or do what they want, or it floats for some reason, and they're going to send it up there and track us every step of the way. That's why I keep bringing this right here up. Look, this is actually the Pentagon from Defense One talking about it. Seeks a way to shoot down Putin's invincible hypersonic missile. And they go, oh, it's not really that big a deal. We just got to get all these sensors up there. So, okay, ID 2020, back to that. I'm getting kind of harebrained and behind on time. For years, we've been watching as Microsoft founder Bill Gates, now retired from the company he founded, use his billions to give free vaccinations to people in third world countries and keep the population down by 10 to 15%. That and reproductive health, which means contraceptives, abortions, anything else we can do to kill babies or children or keep them out of getting everywhere we're at so we can control it like we want. And its goal on Earth is to give every human being on Earth a digital ID. How do they plan on accomplishing this feat? By putting out a novel coronavirus, making the vaccination in 3 months, putting it together with ID 2020, take your DNA with the first vaccination, store it on a chip, digital mic. They take that DNA, put all of that onto that digital chip while they're giving you your other vaccines. The last vaccine is the chip with your digital ID that can be tracked by the satellite constellation Starlink and Skynet and everything else. And there you go. The foot is on the throat. And it's pressing down harder. Listen to this. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Yeah, that's you, Bill. That's you. Let's show some more stuff that Bill's into. INOVIO. INOVIO. This is on PRN Newswire. PR Newswire, whatever. INOVIO collaborating with Beijing Advaccine to advance INO 4800 vaccine against new coronavirus in China. Advance the vaccine. They've got a vaccine already, everybody. The vaccine was ready January the 12th. Now they got to figure out how they can scare you enough to push it down everybody's throat. Oh. Plymouth meeting. INOVIO Pharmaceuticals today announced that it is collaborating with Beijing Advanced Biotechnology Company to advance the development in China of INO 4800, INOVIO's vaccine against the recently emerged strain of coronavirus. All of the people that are not dead in China, that are sick, are fixing to get to test this vaccine and find out its results. They will have a vaccine in the United States in 2 months. Watch what I tell you. And there will be just enough cases in the United States when that happens to start screaming how bad you need the vaccine. Does anybody know how many people the flu has killed this year? I think Ann knows. I've seen her put it in. 7,000 to 8,000 people. How many and how many stories have we put on? Well, they were vaccinated, and the stories come out, well, the flu vaccine only works 26% of the time. What? The mainstream news said that it only works 26% of the time, and the next article said, but go get your flu shot. Good to see you, man. If I missed anybody, what's your problem? Good to see you. Oh, Tornado of Souls. Some people in here that I missed. God, I'm glad y'all are here. INOVIO's participation in this development effort is based on the ideal sustainability of its DNA medicine platform to rapidly develop vaccines against emerging viruses with pandemic potential. I told y'all about this, or I told the D-Live group about this probably 3, 4, 5 nights ago. I can't remember now from one day to the next. It comes so fast. I said I was going to quit talking about it, but I can't. This just keeps popping up in front of me. So let's move on to another article. They just keep coming. INOVIO up 12% on coronavirus vaccine plan. Ding, 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 ding. Here's the answer right here. What's it all about? Well, Bill Mayer retired from Microsoft, but he still has great influence because he's the second richest man in the world. Of course he has influence. You don't think he owns stock in any of these pharmaceutical companies, or his buddies own stock in these pharmaceutical companies? They didn't know INOVIO was going to be the one to have it. I told y'all when all this started happening, it was going to be Novavax or INOVIO. And I still believe Novavax is going to have a role to play. I believe they're going to probably end up with the, not like the vaccine, but maybe the preventative medicine, kind of like that nano flu. There'll be kind of like a nano something that goes along with this. They'll work together because Gates funded both of these companies. Check this out. INOVIO is developing this through the support of an initial $9 million grant from CEPI. Who is CEPI? I'm going to show you here in just a second. INOVIO selected by CEPI. This is INOVIO's website. INOVIO selected by CEPI to develop vaccine against new coronavirus. It basically says the same thing over and over and over. I'm just showing you that the repetitiveness of this, and this is what's happening. This is the truth of the matter right here. This is the truth. Bill Gates is helping to launch a global coalition to outsmart epidemics. This was on January 19th, 2017. This was about 3 years ago. Boy, don't that look like a face you can trust. Bill Gates, billionaire and co-chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation at the World Economic Forum. A new coalition to prevent epidemics was launched Wednesday at the World Economic Forum in Davos, with the aim of creating vaccines and other measures to preclude the spread of infectious disease. The Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, backed by the governments of Germany, Japan, and Norway, with support from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They are working with governments. Bill and Melinda Gates might be the New World Order. They're trying to push hard to be a Rothschild. You know what I mean? He really wants it bad, don't he? Will commit an initial $460 million to outsmart epidemics, the coalition said in a statement. Yeah, I don't think I can read any more of this because I'm not going to subscribe or register, but that was from fortune.com. The link is in the description. CEPI. This is from the welcome.ac.uk. It says more investment needed. Welcome. I've mentioned that quite a few times. But when you get down here into it, you want to find out who Welcome is. Welcome was actually started. CEPI has received multi-year funding from Japan, Germany, Norway, Canada, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and Welcome. CEPI has also received single-year investments from the governments of Australia, Belgium, and the UK. CEPI is backed by the World Health Organization. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is the only one listed with world governments and the World Health Organization. How much power do you think this man has? Let's look at this real quick. This is from medium.com. This was October 29, 2019. I don't know how I got it so out of place, or I just missed it a while ago. Would you agree to have a microchip implanted into your body? That's the question that Microsoft and a group of pharmaceutical companies are asking. Microsoft is spearheading an innovative called ID 2020, a program aimed at gifting every human on the planet a digital ID like a fingerprint in order to keep everyone connected. What is ID 2020? ID 2020 Alliance is an initiative helmed by the Bill Gates and aimed at getting digital IDs right. According to the official ID 2020 site, current methods of official identification are archaic and are not accessible by everyone. As the Alliance claims, the current methods of digital identification are easy to spoof and proper online ID certification hasn't become a reality just yet. So, you get the idea what's happening there. Are you going to stand up and fight? I hope so. An approach that is holistic, market-based, and addresses the full scope and scale of the challenge. ID2020.org. I'm not sure if I got this link into the description. It will be in there later. But there it is now. Okay. Just in case. I may have missed that one. For some reason, I didn't see it. So that kind of gets us caught up on all of that. What else do we have down here to look through real quick? Okay, some of y'all may have seen the video I put out where the CDC called me and gave me a nice little voicemail about we would like to ask you about children immunization in your home. Now, funny thing, as all of my D-Live people know, and y'all can get on me, my children are older, and I thought I was doing the right thing at the time. I made bad decisions, and my children are vaccinated. My oldest child is almost 20, so it wasn't quite as bad, and my other one just turned 11. And I'm not happy about it, okay? But we make decisions, and then we have to try to move better after we make them and move on. So joke's on them if they were calling to find out if my children were unvaccinated because I'm talking crap about it. They are. Huh, how you like them apples? I'm not happy about it, but they are. Now, somebody sent me this link. I think to Discord or Twitter or something, or either left it in a comment on the YouTube video. Whoever you are, if you're watching, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I forgot the names. Anyway, it's talking about the national immunization surveys, how they do it, why they do it, and I happen to get one of them. This is the link to where they're talking about it. I just thought I would share that. Oh, we're fixing to go over a patent. That's what we're going to do. Okay. This is written by Dr. James Lyons Weller. He wrote it yesterday, or published it yesterday, and it's published at jameslyonweller.com. It is his website. Now, I did some research on Dr. Weller, and he has some haters. His haters say his PhD is not in viral infections. His PhD is not in vaccination, bacterial biology, blah, blah, blah. Well, I did some research on this guy, and even though it's not, he is a senior research scientist at the University of Pittsburgh, where he is the scientific director of the Bioinformatics Analysis Corps. He earned his PhD at University of Nevada, Reno in ecology, evolution, and conservation biology. He has published numerous papers with advanced novel methods for genomic, proteomic, and intergenomic data analysis. He has taught genetics, population genetics, biology, evolutionary biology, bioinformatics, and clinical research principles. He served as the founding editor, and on and on and on. So I'm not going on any more than that. I left a link. Go check it out. His article, unlike other related coronavirus, the 2019 NCOV virus has a unique sequence of about 1,378 BP nucleotide base pairs. That is not found in related coronaviruses. Looking at the phylogenetic tree recently published deriving using all the full genomic sequence, we see the 2019 NCOV virus does not have clear monophyletic support, giving the bootstrap value of 75. Boy, I sound smart reading somebody else's research, don't I? Close up on the bootstrap value of 75 for available 2019 NCOV from Le et al. That's a picture. There's no doubt there is a novel sequence in 2019. We confirm this via sequence alignment. Here's the dot plot. Let's get on down. I'm going to go on down here a little bit. On January 26th, the Washington Times published this article citing an Israeli defense expert claiming that China has likely proceeded with a bioweapons program, but ending the article with a quote to London Daily's Mail from a U.S. scientist, Rutgers University microbiologist Richard E. Bright, that at this point there's no reason to harbor suspicion that the lab may be linked to the virus outbreak. Now, there's something here. Here's what he found. Option, y'all go back and read all of this, but this is what IPAC researchers found a sequence similarity between a P shuttle SN recombination vector sequence and INS 1378. Here's a shot of the alignment and the dot plot. Now, I don't understand all that. I'm not going to even pretend to. This guy is a doctor, and I don't know why this is put out. Maybe it's for me to find. I don't know. I'm trying to put it in a language that we all here can maybe kind of easily understand. The particular technology was used in 2008 to attempt to develop a more immunogenic vaccine against coronavirus. Here's a Chinese patent for that technique. Really? Here's a Chinese patent. SARS virus vaccine with adenovirus carrier and preparation method thereof, and use of SARS virus gene for preparation of vaccine. The link to this is in the article. Is in the description. And just for the sake of it, it's in the chat, and I will be posting it to Twitter. I will be posting it to Twitter when all this is done, I hope, or sometime. I don't have a telephone right now, everybody. Check this out. I broke my phone, or it just died, or they hacked it, or they blacked it out, or whatever it is that they do. And so check this out. It's just a black dead telephone screen right there, no scrying mirror for me. And that was 2 days ago. So I'm not real active on Twitter right now. Wasn't a lot anyway, but that was how I did Twitter during the day at work. But yesterday was so freeing. I didn't have any scrying mirror to look at. I took a bunch of good videos of the sky. Caught a hawk on video. Got a bunch of nasty chemtrails. Got a lot of killing the earth. So, all right, back to the story. Anyway, I don't plan on getting it fixed for a few days. I'm going to enjoy the freedom that only living without a cell phone can bring right now. No phone for Fallout, at least until Tuesday. Adenovirus. Thank you for that. The thumbs up. I don't even know what they are. I can't see the numbers and all that. I just have it fake where I can see the chat. I appreciate you all. I hope you get what I'm trying to tell you. It's man-made, people. It's all man-made. If somebody got it from a bat, they got it because somebody put it in a bat. Yeah, if it come from the food market, it's because it was placed in the food market. This is the patent from the Chinese. Adenovirus vector SARS vaccine and preparation method thereof and application of related coronavirus S gene in vaccine preparation. The invention belongs to the field of biological genetic engineering, which absolutely falls on this guy right here's. That's what he does. This is what he does. He looks up this kind of stuff, which makes me feel kind of good because I've been finding some pretty good information on it too. I find the same kind of stuff he does. Anyway, at present, scientists from many countries around the world have independently, at present, this is in 2006 or 2004 and 2005. In 2005, at present, scientists from many countries around the world have independently isolated new coronavirus from different patient sera. Analysis of the viral gene sequence shows that they have 50 to 60 homology with known coronaviruses. The World Health Organization has announced that the pathogen causing SARS is a mutant strain of coronavirus. Here we know about the World Health Organization. One world order. One world order. There he goes. Anyway, so I looked up some of these other things. Inventors. Okay, well, those guys, that's fine, but what place holds the patent? So, an application was filed by the Cancer Center, Sun Yat-sen University. Okay. I don't know what that is. The Sun Yat-sen University Cancer Center is a comprehensive cancer center which provides clinical care to patients, education, perform research, and prevention activities. I have lost an article. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, now check this out. Sun Yat, okay, remember, we tied the first patent back to Bill Gates through the Peerbright Institute. He had funded the Peerbright Institute. He has also funded Novavax. He has also funded INOVIO. Now, let's see. This is in China. Michigan State University and Sun Yat-sen University, in partnership with the Wolbachie Biotech Company, the Joint FAQ IAEA Division, and others, have successfully suppressed a mosquito vector population in Guangzhou, China. Now, I know they're working on Zika. I'm not saying that. I'm showing you this to show you the ties from the money to the organizations. Each little thing don't matter. The ties to the organizations. We get down here, and let me see if I can find it because I've been staring at this screen. Here we go. Jinghong Ji, a microbiology and molecular genetics professor at MSU, leads this international consortium and is the corresponding author of this paper. The field trial in Guangzhou was initially funded by the Foundation for the National Institutes of Health through the Grand Challenges in Global Health Initiative of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. You cannot find a story of manipulation of the coronavirus, of the Zika virus, of the MERS virus, of anything without going and finding the people that are going to make the vaccine, the people who create this in the lab, all having funding from Bill and Melinda Gates. No matter what, his grill is always on it. Hey, John Boy, all of this stuff's man-made. All of these mutations are because there's some idiot in a lab trying to create a bioweapon to wipe out the population, and they want you to think that they're making them to fight each other. No. DARPA's working on DNA recombinant technology to make super soldiers, as to where if they get sprayed with a toxin or a nerve gas, their body will just produce antibodies to make it go away. I went over that on DLive. I don't know. I will try to get that posted in Discord, and I'll try to get it on here when I'm talking about DARPA and this other thing that's going to be going on. So anyway, there's that patent, another patent for SARS virus, for coronavirus. You can find it everywhere. Yes, this is not the patent for the coronavirus in 2019 that's running around for anybody that wants to say, well, that's not the patent for the virus. No, it's not. But what it shows is that there will soon be a patent on the books for that virus, and nobody will remember because they're going to be moved on to the next thing, and nobody will come back and look except for me going, golly, I told everybody. But nobody will care except for those of us that are watching now, and maybe the very few 8 to 10% that we wake up. I think that's all of it, everybody. I think I'm going to get it all done and get back to work at a normal time. Check it out. We're going to look at the moon for a minute. Y'all, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on a Friday afternoon. I'm glad I got the cam and share this information to YouTube. There are links below for DLive. Whatever else I find this afternoon after work will be added to this for the DLive stream. Hopefully sometime tomorrow I will be able to come on again. It appears that my streaming software works good during the day. I have trouble streaming peak time at night. I'm out in the country and it just appears that I get shut down. So, coronavirus. That's a funny name. Oh, somebody's spreading the coronavirus in the chat. Hey everybody, I had the coronavirus one time. I used to get it regularly in the 90s before I was living the life that I should have been living. But it was all good because later the next day I could drink another Corona and the hangover would go away and I could start the new coronavirus for the night. You know what I mean? But praise God, we don't have that anymore. It's coffee and water. I didn't get to watch much of the chat, but it appeared y'all were having a really good time up in there. That makes me happy because I like for the group to be able to come together and have a good time as we go over this stuff. My DLive family, they know how important that is to me. It's important to me here that we expose evil, we not be workers of evil, that we come together with happy hearts, we come together in friendship so that when we do come across something we disagree on it as friends and we don't disagree on it as enemies. That's what happens so often. People are divided on everything before they ever meet, and when they meet, they're automatically fighting because they cannot come on that one thing that unites them. So always find the one thing that unites you. Always find the one thing that brings you together. And don't let the people that author your reality tear you apart. We can make a difference. We make quite a difference. I've already seen that. Y'all want to see something crazy? I will show you. Well, I think I closed it. Anyway, I was watching David Miles' website and his tweets since he followed me. I followed him back, and I've been watching real close what he's doing and about the weather mitigation. And it's right in people's faces if they would look. They're not hiding it. He's real open. We're going to start raining. We're going to flood this and put the fires out. If anybody has anything they want to, wow, check that out, Ron. Thanks for that heads up. Anybody has a prayer request, now's a good time to throw it in the chat. All of us, we're praying for our brother Gutta. He is the Discord link is in the description. He has been a D-Live Fallout family member for a while and asked for prayer. Please remember Gutta. And we've been praying for Shelly and Mike, and we're thankful for the miracle in his life and her life. They happen every day. So just praise God for them. I'll check one more time and we will pray a little safety prayer out of here. Father, we thank you for all the blessings in our life. We thank you for the availability to still be able to gather this information and spread it. Father, I thank you for placing it in my hands, because I know that's the only way I get it. I pray that you continue to bless me with the ability to speak it and convey it in a way that people can understand. Father, we pray for everyone that deals with the pressures on their body, the neurodegeneratives, the pains, the aches. Just take that away. Give us the strength and energy. Give us the full armor to fight against those fiery darts of the power, the prince of the power of air. Father, to all of those out there hurting, all of those in China that are being attacked, pray that you'll put your hand of protection over each individual one, and in some way that they'll know that it's your hand of protection over them, and that even if they don't make it through whatever's going through, they can make the decision and know that you will protect them and that they'll come home peacefully. Father, we ask that your will is what's being done, that whatever's being done, I pray for the leaders that are following Luciferian tactics and Luciferian God, that you change them. I know nothing else to do, but I know you have that power to put things in their lives to show them what they're doing wrong, to show them what they're not going to be. That's hard for me to do because we're so full of anger at times like that we're supposed to pray for our enemies, Father. But that's the best I can do. I ask you to give us all strength and energy to do the things we need to do the rest of the day. You keep us all safe. You keep your hand of protection upon us. We thank you for your Son that came, died, fought Satan, took the keys to death, hell, and the grave, took the stripes so we can be healed, resurrected to your side as our intercessor. It's in his name that we pray to you. All right, everybody. That was it. Now I would normally tell y'all that I was going to give away some lemons and play some music, but I guess that would be on the D-Live stream later on. So I will tell you all, I love you very much. I appreciate every one of you, and share this information out, even if you just share it out in a different way. I don't care if it's got my name on it. That's not what's important to me. It's important that people see what's being done to us, because in America, we still do kind of have a shot of standing up for it. Let's stand up. God bless you all, and have a wonderful day.